There's always that one light on in the station. I don't know why. I don't know if it has anything to do with the camera over there. If they need like that light to be on so they can catch or like record people better or whatever. Okay. I think a lot of people were interested in like either moving to Canada or like seeing what it's like here, and I think if you want to know what it's like in Canada, it's a popular tourist destination for a lot of researchers and scientists because of the natural wildlife, and like geologists like to study, they like to study the ground and the rocks or whatever, and natural geographic formations. There's been a few like fossil records found in Canada. The most popular tourist destinations happens to be like the parks here and the camping grounds. And people like to go to like people out of province like to go to different provinces for their like I think Quebec is known for their winter festival. I went to when I was a kid, and sometimes they have it in Ontario, like when you go a little up north of Ontario, like Muskoka, Collingwood, Barrie area, so that region, they still have like the winter festivals there. There's a lot of skiing and snowboarders here, so people like to go skiing. There's a lot of ski resorts and snowboard resorts. I used to go there again as a kid when they forced everyone to go there for like school field trips and everything. It was really like, I mean, I enjoyed the activity. It's just I never really liked the kids there, so like it was just harder for me to like enjoy my time there, just because like everyone was super annoying, and like if you're trying to do better than somebody, they'd always try to find a way to sabotage you, and it's just, it was weird. But yeah, a lot of ski and snowboard instructors. There's whitewater rafting, that's popular here. Camping, popular here. Camping as in like if you go to the campgrounds, there's like there's actual washroom. Like you can go on the trails there. There's like wildlife, so you can see deer and bears and like squirrels and like hares and stuff like that, you know, like the wild rabbits. Those are pretty popular here. Yeah, there's a lot of farms around in Ontario, so like as a kid again, they kind of like there's apple picking, there's strawberry picking, like you can go to a farm and they have like seasonal picking for fruits and vegetables, so like usually fruits, so like there's trip for cherry picking, like it's I think it's kind of late for cherry picking now, but it's usually around like late April to early June, that's the cherry picking season, and then strawberry season is during the summertime. So like early summer, so like mid-June to like mid-August, probably end of August or something, that's when people can go up north to the farms, and like you pay per pound I think, and sometimes they have like these things where like you can like purchase a bucket and then you fill as much as you can by yourself, and you go around picking strawberries in the farms and you pick them yourself, and then yeah, there's museums here too, but they're not like, you can get souvenir stuff at the museums now. Also Niagara Falls, popular tourist destination. There's like casinos and outlet malls and all that kind of stuff if you're into shopping, I guess. It's like trinkets, like nothing really, yeah. Really, it's great for outdoorsy people, so if people really like being in the outdoors, and some people who really like the winter time. I never really did. I don't like winter, it's too cold. But it's great for that. What else is there to do in Canada? There is a club scene. There's one in Montreal and there's one in Toronto. Those are the only two places you can go clubbing. I heard that there is a club scene in Vancouver, but I've never been there, and I've never seen people actually like talk about going to clubs there and stuff. I think it's like more of a bar place than a club place, but I'm pretty sure they have clubs there too. No one really goes clubbing in Vancouver. Not that I heard of. Like people like to go clubbing in Montreal and in Toronto, but not really in Vancouver. I've never been to Vancouver, so I don't know. Oh, there's like mountains if you go to British Columbia. So there's like the Rocky Mountains or something. There's also mountains in Alberta. And there's like the Ontario Science Museum, which is great for kids. Like you get to play around with like the exhibits and stuff. So they have like little like things that you can play with. They even have like 3D theaters or 4D theaters where like your seat moves when you're watching that like movies and stuff. Oh, there's like so like I think in the USA they have a bunch of these amusement parks. Popular destination for any tourist. it's really good for kids. Like if you have a lot of kids and like, or if you have kids and you want them to be entertained and you want to like have family time together, I think it's great for that. Other than that, like it was, a lot of the locals go there too, so it's not like you'll only be meeting tourists, but like a lot of locals. What else is popular here? Some people like to go fishing. I actually don't know anybody who, like everyone that I met who actually went fishing, like, either didn't have a lot of friends or like use it as an excuse as to why they were too busy, which is like why they couldn't go and meet people or meet friends or whatever. It was weird. I was like, some people like to try out fishing, like take it up as a hobby, but I don't think there's a lot of fish here available to fish, like some one kind of fish. And I'm pretty sure wildlife, the Department of Wildlife, I think they actually like farm the fish and put it in the lake so people have something to fish. Like I don't think that's wildlife fish or whatever. You have to get a fishing license and a hunting license if you want to go fishing or hunting. So yeah, don't forget about that. Otherwise it's illegal, like you're poaching. So you have to, and I think you're only allotted like a certain amount of things, so everything that you catch has to be reported to the thing. Like I think there's like, you're supposed to tag, you have to like tag everything that you catch for hunting or fishing, and then you have to send it in to the wildlife department or whatever. Yeah, not my thing. I tried fishing, it was really boring every time. I don't know it once. It was really boring. I got sunburned and I felt like I was sick the entire time. Cause it's just like you're just sitting there outside in the blazing sun in the middle of like nowhere, and you're in a small boat with like a bunch of other people, and you're just holding like the fucking fishing pole in one position for like 3 hours. Oh, also you can go kayaking, canoeing here. Again, I'm not super fond of it because it's like your arms get, like my arms got tired after like 30 minutes of rowing. And if your rowing partner sucks, then like your boat is so slow. It's like you're supposed to row together to like go, like, you know, and it's just like, oh my god, this guy can't even row to like save his life or whatever. Last time I went canoeing, the guy that I was rowing with, like he couldn't even row. He like, and I couldn't even correct him because he'd go insane every time I'm like, okay, I think we're supposed to go that direction, so I start rowing that way, and he'd intentionally paddle the other way to tell me that he knows how to row and he doesn't need me to row or whatever, and I was like, okay, whatever. What else? Is it? Yeah, there's a lot of maple syrup here. Like a lot of tourists or people who come to Canada, they buy their maple syrup and stuff. Yeah, they like to buy maple syrup, and they like to like or like the maple syrup candies and stuff. And they have to they like to buy it and then bring it back to like give it to I don't know, my foster father liked to give it to his colleagues, so he'd always bring back something from here to give to his colleagues in his office, like where he worked. Other people, they like to like go and like my nose. They like to buy like, I don't know, I think some people like to buy like furs and like coats and stuff here. Canada Goose is like a really popular brand for people who like to go trek in the wintertime. So like, you know, like the scientists who go to the Arctic or the North Pole or like Nunavut area, and then they like observe the wildlife there, or like they're doing some testing, or they're doing like I watched the actual like a footage of a bunch of scientists doing sleep deprivation studies up north. So yeah, they wear Canada Goose. I think that's the most affordable one within their budget, that also is really good for like all season wear. They're like $1,200. There's more expensive brands like Moose Knuckle and like I think Parajumpers and what was it again? I forgot, like Montler, and like yeah, there's a bunch of other expensive brands. They have really nice furs on it, but like I don't really saw I had a Canada Goose somebody stole from me, and I was like really upset about that. I'm like, no, it was such a nice coat. Yeah, it was a really nice coat, and I was like, damn. can't believe people stole it. I got an online order for it. It was like they didn't really like, if you go to the stores to buy Canada Goose thing, there's like a lot of authorized retailers, like they have less colors than if you purchase it online. So that's one thing. Poutine is actually, like, people say they like it, but I've never actually watched or saw people eat poutine. Especially in public. Most people like to get, like, fast foods, like McDonald's, Taco Bell, KFC, Popeyes, that kind of stuff, pizza, you know, or hot dogs on the street, like hot dog stands. You know, a lot of people eat poutine that I've noticed. I hate poutine. Poutine is chips, like fried potato sticks. They're called chips in the UK, and fries here, French fries, or chips. They like have French fries, and then they have like cheese curds. So it's like, apparently it's like the leftover cheese bits after you make cheese. Put that together, and then you put gravy on top of it. Gravy is like, you know, when you like roast or cook an entire like turkey or chicken, and you got the, like, even if you like grill bacon or like you're making grilling steak or something, you get like the oils from the meat in the pan or whatever, and then they like put, like, it's already seasoned because the meat's seasoned, so they like put extra like thickener on it, and like they put like some more seasoning on it, and they use that as sauce for other stuff, such as poutine or mashed potatoes. You must mashed potatoes. It was really great when I was a kid, when I didn't have that much food to eat, and like the foster family would purchase like these packets of dried mashed potatoes. All you need to do is add water, and then you mix it and you can eat it. And I was like, finally I can eat. I'm not gonna go hungry or whatever. And they're like so high in calories. If you really wanted to get fancy, you could add milk or like margarine, butter or whatever, or cream, you had it on hand, and then you just mix it together, and then yeah. I'm not a huge fan though. Yeah, that's about it. So if you like outdoorsy stuff like whitewater rafting, you like going skiing, you like to go camping, you like to go trail hikes, you go on like hiking on like mountain regions and stuff, and you don't even have to go to mountainous areas. There's like so many parks around Toronto that have a lot of trail. So it's like they have huge parks, and there's like a lot of wooded forest area, and people like to go there as like exercises and stuff. So if you like that kind of stuff, it's great. They do like in the winter festival, like people like try to do this thing where they're like ice dunking. So they have like they make a makeshift bathtub out of like ice, like how they make igloos out of, and then they put water in it, and then people like go in the ice water to see how long they can last, and they go out. And there's also a lot of skating, like there's a lot of skating arenas like in community centers, there's a lot of swimming pools in community centers, a lot of community centers. If you want to go there, the problem is that it's a community center, and a lot of weirdos go to community centers. So if you're super into that kind of stuff, and like you want to like meet new people and stuff, I guess like touring in Canada, you should focus, if you're planning on like visiting or like being a tourist in Canada, like focus on like going camping here. I used to do all that stuff when I was a kid, so I was like, it's like, excuse me, when people like take their kids out for camping and all that kind of stuff, like I wasn't super big fan of it, but like, you know, it's like a family activity, like, so like the kids have something to do for the summer and everything. So like a lot of families like to do that. So yeah. What else is there? There's horseback riding. So if you want to ride horses or whatever, there's that too. Petting zoos are open during the summer. Oh, they have this like this thing called the exhibition place, and every summer they open it so like people can go and like. There's like a gambling part, and then there's like a concession area, so they have like specific festival type food. There's also like sometimes they have live musicians, so like they have bands playing there and stuff, or like performers there. And if you are not super into that, like just shopping there, and also I think there's like rides there, so you can like go on the like, it's like a mini amusement park in there just for a short period of time every summer. So there's those things. Yeah. So that's like basically Canada tourism, and you don't, if you can come to Toronto and experience all of that, you don't have to go to different places. The only difference is like if you go to Alberta or BC, they actually have legitimate mountain areas. So like it's actual hiking, backpacking trail. It's like pretty intensive. You can even drive there from Toronto if you really wanted to. If you want to go on road trips, like there's highways that connect everywhere, but it's kind of expensive. There's motels like everywhere too. I wouldn't recommend staying in a motel in Toronto, like, or like anywhere near like popular, like what do you call it, like where there's a lot of traffic of commuters. I've noticed that when there's a lot of traffic of commuters, or like you're staying in places like that, like it's not a good area. I don't know, I'm not really sure why. I would expect it to be better than staying in a remote place away from the major traffic or like major commuting areas or like where it's busy. But it's actually better if you like find a motel or a hotel a little away from it. And if you can't even Uber it or take a cab or like walk or take public transit, you know, from like the commuting place, or like some hotel services actually offer shuttles. So maybe you can like take a shuttle there or something. Like I really wouldn't recommend staying, like a lot of people, I think it's a tourist trap. That's probably why. Like a lot of people assume like you'll be fine, but like don't stay at the motels or hotels nearby the major tourist, I mean commuting traffic ports. Like there's so many motels around it, but it's like, why are they all really crappy? I have no idea. It's just like that. I don't even question it anymore. I'm like, I'm not gonna go back there. If I'm ready to stay at a motel or hotel, I am staying at a place far away from those anywhere near a major bus stop or like a major intersection, stay away from. I don't even know why they're even open if it's like that. It's like maybe like they're getting people who've never been in that area or maybe never been to that place before. Maybe it was okay when it first opened and then it just gradually degraded. I have no idea. Yeah, just don't stay at those places. Airbnb, I think Airbnb is a better option. I know it's weird. They have motels and hotels here, even though most of them are chains. So like there's Hilton's, there's a Westin, there's Holiday Inn, there's Marriott, there's where is that? Like Motel 6, Motel 8. Like all of those major chain locations all across North America, they have it in Canada. It's just I would rather Airbnb than stay there. I don't know why that is. It's so weird. I've never stayed in those places in the USA, so I don't know if it's any different. Only time I didn't have an actual problem was when I was booking through like a travel package online. So like that was okay. Like I didn't actually like, but then again, we never actually stayed there that long. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but we never actually, like when I booked that room, like we never actually stayed there that long. Yeah, we just stayed there for like a few hours at most, and then we were out like the entire time. So it's just kind of a place to put our stuff while we're like going outside, and then like we come there for a sleep for a bit, and then we just head back out. Yeah. So that's kind of like what that's for. Yeah, they hold major like festivals. There's still artists and stuff that come here. There's like there's sporting arenas and like game shows and stuff that you can see. There's casinos here. I've never met a good person that went there. Everyone that goes to casinos are so super sketchy. Like I wouldn't really go there. I only went there, like I only went to a casino once, and it was on a school field trip. So it was like, it wasn't that bad. I think I went there twice actually. I'm not really sure. I forgot. Did I go there twice or once? Anyway, it's better to go to a casino like on a designated tourist thing, or like in a school field trip or something like that, where it's like people already organized and like they already know who's going there or how much people are going there and stuff. Like I wouldn't really go there if you're like the type of person, if you don't have anything else to do, just go to a casino. Like it's bad. It's really bad there. Like you're better off going to like an inner city park in the middle of the night. Like that's how bad it is. Like, I don't know why. I don't know. I just stay away from casinos. Just in general, I'm like, I don't want anything to do with casinos. But like last time I went, I didn't really like nothing really interested me. Oh my god. I think my friend at the time said that he went to a casino and like played on like one friend actually like lost all of his money at the blackjack table, and the other one he said he played at the like the slot machines, and he said he managed to win like a quarter or something, but he stopped playing because he like saw that it might get addicting. He's like, yeah, I can see why people get addicted to this stuff, and I was like, oh. He's like, yeah, I stopped playing that sure, and I was like, okay. And the other person is like, oh, I just lost all my money that I brought here at the blackjack table, and I was like, I didn't do anything here. I was like following people around. I was like, what do you guys want to do here? And they're like, I don't know. And then like the guys that went to like gamble or whatever like left the group for a bit, and then after that when we met up after like everyone was done, they're like, I don't think we're gonna do that again. And I'm like, okay. I don't know what you want to say. Yeah, gambling is apparently not a good idea. But yeah, there's casinos here, I guess, if you like that kind of stuff. No, there's international students here, but I really wouldn't recommend going to school here unless like you're only here to like kind of like, I don't know, I guess just to get a degree or something. It wasn't like that before, honestly. That part I have to be honest with. The school actually used to be pretty good back in the day, but then like I think within the last 30 to 40 years, like their reputation like seriously suffered. And I think it had something to like things were getting pretty bad, and then this thing, a case with this guy named Paul Bernardo happened, and then it just got worse from then. So, and this is one of the major schools in Ontario. I think in Canada, there's two major schools. There's McGill and University of Toronto, like one of the most well-known universities. Like one of the more well-known universities, like the more accredited institution. Like, do you know the ones that people actually want to go to, or like they wouldn't mind actually saying they graduate from that institution or whatever, right? Like those are the things. What else? The crime rate. I would say if you're a tourist, most people will leave you alone as long as you're not like bumping into people, or like you're not like putting your nose in where you don't need to put it in. Like, I don't know, like if you're there to like go look at the main attractions, or like you're like there to like go camping, or like see the sights, like go to parks. There's Toronto Island, you can like there's ferries to Toronto Island, and you can like see swans and geese there, and like I don't know, I think they have like petting zoos there and stuff like that. You can go, like people will most likely leave you alone. There's a lot of like out-of-towners that go there, especially during the summertime. And they have like a festival, I think it's called Caravana, for like people who are from the Caribbeans, and like they hold like there's night market, if anyone knows what that is. Like they have like a lot of Chinese food there. It's like street stalls, and then you can like play games and stuff. It's like a little festival for stuff. You can buy stuff, but most of it's just food. So it's like they have stinky tofu there. So like every year, I think at night market they held it for like 3 nights, I think. And then you can like buy like I don't know, fish balls and like curry fish balls and like roasted squids and like a lot of bubble tea and like all that kind of stuff at the stalls. That was also a popular tourist destination. I tried to like go there with some white guy one time, and he like panicked. So I was like, and you know what? He was the one who suggested we should go. Like I think it was because I would never go with that guy, like, because I know how he was going to act like and how he was going to behave. So I was like, I don't know if that's a good idea. And he thought it would be fine because he's like, oh, well, you're East Asian, you've hung out with Chinese people before, it should be fine. And I'm like, yeah, but that's me. Like, I don't know if you're going to like it or if you're going to be okay with it. Turns out he wasn't. He freaked out, and he started getting really racist, and he said that like nobody else here is white, blah, 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 blah. And then like he just hated everything. He didn't want to eat any food, and I was like, what's your problem? Literally, like everyone's just there to like line up for food and enjoy their time, and you're just like getting angry or something. Super weird. Like, he panicked because he saw so many Chinese people there, and I'm like, this is weird, dude. You're a weird guy. I don't know what the fucking problem is, but I'm like, yeah, this is why I didn't want to go there with you. He thought that he'd be fine with it after, like, because I don't know why he would. You know what? I don't know why he even suggested it. That's the thing. But, like, honestly, if you're, like, kind of, like, iffy about, like, foreign food, you know what? Maybe it's because he was overstimulated. You know, when people, like, get exposed to new stimuli that they don't know before, and they have, like, sensory overload, like, people with mental health disorders and stuff, they have like a hard time adjusting to like all these new environments and new stimuli, and it stresses them out. And I guess like people don't like to admit that, because like some people actively seek that kind of environment. It's like adrenaline rush for a lot of people, especially like if they're into like extreme sports like bungee jumping and paragliding, which you can do that here too in Canada. But you're gonna have to go like way out of the city for that kind of stuff. Sometimes they do have like what's it called, like package deals. Yeah, you can go shopping here. I really wouldn't recommend it. But if you want to get some cheap threads or something like cute and trendy, and it doesn't cost that much money, you could always like check out the shopping malls, the major ones. There's one in Mississauga called Square One. There's one up north called Upper Canada Mall. If you're ever staying around Barrie, there's, if you're in the GTA region, so like Markham, Richmond Hill, that area, you can always go to what's it? There's like a mall in Richmond Hill. I forget the name of it. That mall's okay, actually. They've renovated it, so it should be fine now. There's Yorkdale. A lot of people like to go to Yorkdale because they have higher end brands there. But I'd be really wary about buying high end brands in Canada. A lot of it are knockoffs, even though they actually like have the actual store sign and everything. Like, yeah, I don't know when that happened, but it wasn't like that before. But recently it has become like that. So be careful of that. I think that's a tourist trap, right? Yeah, so like they sell knockoffs in like malls and stuff, so like I don't know if they actually sell brand name. There's Eden Center, but like that's actually like, I wouldn't really go there. Like I like going there for like the stores there because I like that brand, and they carry most of the more recent items at Eden Center. So like if you like certain brands like I don't know, Spring or Guess or like Banana Republic or like what's it, like Marciano or like I don't know, Bench. They have French Connection. There's also, I think like the Harry Rosen like store. I think they just opened up a Harry Rosen in Zara. If you like those stores, then yeah, Eden Center has it, and I think it's better to get stuff there because they have like the new collections there, not in like the other locations. Like most of the other locations carry stuff that like isn't so new. Like all the new shipment goes to Eden Center first. Weird. But if you're looking for specific items or like new trendy stuff or new collections from specific stores or brands that you're looking for, then you should go to Eden Center. Otherwise, like you can just go to Yorkdale. They have Gas and Forever 21 and like all that kind of stuff in Yorkdale. It's okay. Actually, the prices aren't that bad. It's like getting it shipped to your house online. Except like they carry things that they don't carry on their online stores in the Canada website. So if you go to their online stores, the Canada version, then like they won't carry it online, but they'll be available in the store. But the price is pretty much the same. Sometimes it's cheaper because they have sales. Sometimes they have clearance, which is even more cheaper. Sometimes it's more expensive. But like, I don't know. There's another mall. Where is it? There's Fairview. I don't really go there that much. I don't know. There's Sears in Fairview. So if you're like looking for Sears or like the Bay or like department stores, there's one like there's a few in Fairview. There's oh, if you're ever in Scarborough, then you can go to Scarborough Town Center. They have pretty much every store there, and Walmart. It's like a one-stop shop for like all your housing, cleaning supplies, pet supplies, clothing. There's even a cinema there, so like you don't really, it's like you can literally spend the entire day there. Yeah, like you can go watch a movie, you can buy phones, you can eat, you can go to Walmart for whatever, you can get your hair done, you can do all that kind of stuff, and buy shoes or whatever. ISCC is just like in one big shopping mall. Not the best area. Yeah, if you want to go to SCC, just go to SCC and just leave right away, unless like you aren't living near there, which is I guess you don't really have much choice. So, yeah. Are there other shopping malls? You know what? On Queen Street, there's a lot of like independent retail stores. And there's like, because cannabis use is legal, even though it wasn't legal until recently, they did have cannabis stores. So like they still sell bongs and like pipes and like cannabis equipment at stores prior to it being legalized. So, oh yeah, there's a lot of marijuana dispensaries in Canada. You don't need a medical card for it. Before it actually got like completely legalized, you need a medical card for you to buy any marijuana at the dispensary. But now you can just go into the dispensary and you can buy marijuana. So, yeah. Again, this is all on Queen Street and some on Dundas. Most of the clubs are either King or Richmond Street. Yeah, there's clubs outside of the city, but I'm not really a huge fan of it. There's one in Mississauga called Sugar Daddies, and I don't know, like, I don't really like going there. I went there once with like my flatmate, and like I didn't really want to go back there, but like she was really excited to go. But like again, like she was like 10 years older than me, so I think it's for the older crowds. Like if you're like, how old was I? I was like 19, right? And she was like 29 or 35 or something. I don't know. She was really old. And if you're like into that kind of stuff, that like, I think like, you know, like probably I still wouldn't go there. Oh, there's like older clubs here, but like they're usually lounges, not really clubs. Yeah. Oh, you can go boating here. There's a lot of beaches. Yeah. So that's basically the areas in Canada. I wouldn't really suggest bringing your valuables. And I think it would be better if you like brought as little clothes as possible and plan to like buy clothes there. Like you can even go to Blue Notes, which is like one of the major retailers in Canada where they sell really thrifty priced clothing for really cheap, and that should be enough for you to wear while you're here. Like I really wouldn't recommend you buying higher end brand name or designer clothes and bringing it over here and wear it, even if it's just for yourself. Like people like to pick people's pockets and stuff like this. There's a lot of pickpockets, and even if you're staying in a hotel or Airbnb, like don't be surprised if you get home and you find one of your pieces swapped out with something else, right? Or like if they just get the model of it and then they like swap it out for yours, and they even swap out the tags and everything. Don't be surprised if they do that. Like leave all your expensive designer stuff at home. A lot of people in the GTA were knockoffs. It's not because they can't afford it, that's the thing. It's kind of like because like the people like to steal here, right? And it's a pain in the ass to get them to pay you back or whatever, so they just end up wearing knockoffs, and also they don't want to tell people how much money they're making. So that's kind of why. But oh, and also there's this one Chinese mall, it's called Pacific Mall. When I was younger, they actually used to sell jewelry, like actual jewelry, like with gold and silver and sterling silver and everything. But they don't actually sell, like all those stores that used to sell that kind of stuff closed down, and then a bunch of cell phone stores opened up. So I mean, if you want to get your cell phones fixed for cheap, I really recommend going there. I mean, I've been to like other off-brand cell phone stores, like not the authorized cell phone retailer or fixer place, but like repair shop. Or like, but like if you go to Pacific Mall, they'll actually do the work. It's the same price as if you go to like a strip mall cell phone repair shop, but like they won't actually modify it or do anything weird to it. So like a lot of people like to go there for that. There's like restaurants on the upper floor, and they have like those snacks, like those street food snacks up there too. So like if you ever wanted to have like egg waffle things, or like bubble tea or something like that, or like chicken skewers and stuff, like they sell that upstairs. I think there's an arcade there too. So if you like arcades, sometimes they sell designer stuff. But somebody told me not to buy designer from there. And I'm not really sure why. This is how they told me. They're like, they have like designer for like, what's it called, like they display the actual designer logo and they are authorized to sell it, but when they give it to you, they're gonna give you the knockoffs but charge the same price for it. But I don't know if she's being honest about that. But I don't know, she just told me, like, that's what she told me, but she said don't buy it regardless of what I tell you. And I was like, what? What are you trying to say? I think it might be fine. Like, honestly, they sell stuff that's not designer, but like the knockoffs that they do sell is like really obvious that it's knockoffs. So like if you're really into knockoffs and stuff, like, or you just want to wear knockoffs because like the design is pretty, but like there's really nothing else in Canada that looks like that or whatever, like you can end up buying it there. Like yeah, there's a tattoo shop there if you want to get your tattoo touched up, or like you want to do some work there. The prices are pretty like affordable. Last time I went there, I don't know what happened to all my shoes. They're really cute. I didn't throw them out either. But like the foster mom bought me like a bunch of shoes from there, and they were flats, and I don't know what happened to them. They're really cute. They gave me a deal. They say if you buy 3 of them, we'll sell them to you for this amount. And then she was like, oh, okay, sure. So I think I bought 3 pairs of shoes, 3 pairs of flats. They're really cute. But I was like, all my clothes disappeared. I don't know where it went. Maybe because stealing them, and they weren't even designer. Like, they're from like H&M and Forever 21. And I was like, why are they getting stolen? It's fucking weird. To me, I'm like, this is a little weird. Like, people keep stealing stuff that they can afford, and they don't have to, like, you know, I don't know why they're stealing it, but like, oh, maybe that's why she told me not to buy it. Because people are gonna steal it off me. Huh. That's weird. But yeah, oh, if you're like into like eating East Asian food, there's like hot pot places and like a lot of bubble tea shops. Yeah. Oh, when I was a kid, I did this thing. So there's bead figurines that people can make, and like they sell it at stores and stuff. And like I think they had like a stamp pass or something, or like but when I was younger, they had like this place called like, I think Glaze It or something, where like you could get like these like porcelain figurines and then you paint it yourself, and they put it in the fire, and then like you have like your own figurine that you like glaze yourself. Yeah, that was like a way to pass time, I guess. And there was like another place, I think it wasn't at the Pacific Mall, but it was like somewhere in York region. I think it was like East Beaver Creek. There's another Times Square Mall or something, and you can like, they have like these like figurines that you can make from these beads. So I think they have like clear string things, and then you like make like these like really cute like animal looking figurines. They teach you exactly how to make it, and they even have a step-by-step instruction booklet and everything, and then they're like, you just like go there and you can make your bead figurines and stuff. I don't remember how I knew about that. I think one of my friends told me about it when we were hanging out at the mall together. And then I think I asked the foster mom if she could take me there, and then she brought the other foster her kids with her, and then we all like did that like little bead figure and stuff. It was like a good way to pass the time, but I don't think they're open anymore. I don't know what happened to it. Like all the stuff that like Like the places that sold like really nice earrings and like necklaces and stuff like that closed down. There's a last time I went there in Pacific Mall. Last time I went there was like a really cute store. They sold like really nice, like it was really cute, but it wasn't sterling silver or anything. It wasn't like gold or sterling silver, but it was Korean owned. So, like it's a Korean jewelry. They're really cute, but like it's fake thing. It's like it's not really worth anything, but it's really cute. But like that's the best one they had there that I saw. I don't know why they don't sell actual jewelry, but I think it might be because people are starting to steal or something. Not really sure. But yeah, that's stuff you can do in Canada. I think they still have the figurine making places. I just don't know where. I actually don't know what country that's from. They were really cute. Stuff, yeah. I don't know. But it was like, I wasn't really being racist, but I think I already knew that they were Chinese, and I was like, maybe you should like, you know, still like have contact with other Chinese people. It'll probably make you feel more at home since you're an immigrant than like being so isolated away from everyone. You know? I think that's healthy. I don't know. But yeah. I mean, not much to do here, honestly. Oh, don't be surprised if you meet people who have like a lot of money and stuff like that in Canada. Like, they don't look like it. That's the thing, like, you wouldn't even expect them to be very, very wealthy or like very financially stable. Like, you know, like I think in the USA it's a little different, but here it's like you can't actually tell until like you actually talk to them. Excuse me. People like to like, they don't like to show their wealth here because so many people here are like really poor. So yeah. Yeah. There's a huge car scene and people like to do car racing here, but like don't go with people who's inviting you to go to those places, you know what I mean? They're usually like, if someone invites you and they're like, hey, you wanna go to this car place or car meet, like it's cause they're trying to make it look like they have friends. Like, I know you, like, honestly, if I was to invite somebody over there, I wouldn't do that. Right, but if it's a person just asking you, like, hey, like, you want to go to this place with me, and, like, it's, like, some kind of, like, a secret thing, like, you don't really know anyone there, it's not, like, a public place, like, you don't go with that person unless you have to. Like, unless you absolutely have to, like, that's the only reason you'd be going there. Otherwise, like, don't expect to, like, go there by yourself after either, like, it's just... It's kind of like, you shouldn't really hang around those areas unless you are friends with those people or, like, you live with them or something. That makes sense. Yeah, also, there's a lot of weirdos here. A lot of creeps. The coffee industry, coffee culture, as some people like to call it, how is it here? It's okay, actually. It's not actually that bad. Don't expect to have good pastries. No, the pastries are like, better to get a pastry from Tim Hortons. Honestly, it tastes better and it's healthier and it's fresher. Like, if it's not, it's super overpriced. Like, it's not worth it. So, like, some have really cute coffee shops, but, like, I really wouldn't go there. If you want to get decent coffee, it's always, like, the place you would never expect to have, like, really good coffee. Right? Like, but, like, it's not like, oh, I went to a gas station. That, like, actually, I wouldn't really be surprised. You don't dismiss it like that. Like, you know, a place that you'd expect to sell coffee, but then you don't expect to be that good. That's kind of the coffee places that you should be looking for. Like, Not like one of those cutesy fancy shops or whatever. Sometimes there are cute fancy shops, like people go on dates over there. It's like a really cute place, like, you know, like it sets the mood and like cute place to hang out and like get to know each other and stuff. But there was one cafe that I went to, it was really nice, and it had like a coffee cup and then there's like a cap inside it. I forget what coffee place it was. I forgot the name of it. It was so cute. But yeah, that was there's cat cafe here. Yeah, you can order a coffee or drink and then like pet cats in a special room or whatever. Last time I went, there was a bunch of creeps there, so I was like, oh, maybe not my thing. I didn't want to go back after, so I didn't. But yeah, super funny. What else? I don't know. The restaurants. I only really went to kanji places, so there's like Cantonese / Filipino food or something. I don't know. I've never been to Filipino restaurants, but I don't know if I'm supposed to go to Filipino restaurants. I don't know what that's like. I don't know what the culture is. There's Jollibee here. So if you're Filipino and you like Jollibee, they opened the Jollibee in North York. There is, other than that, what else is there? There's like different, like, honestly, they title it as like, oh, it's Thai food, Ethiopian food, there's like Vietnamese food. It's not really. But again, it's like you're not in Vietnam, so you shouldn't really be expecting it to be super Vietnamese. Oh, there's Chinatown here. There's Little Italy. There's like Little Portugal. There's I don't know. There's a little. Oh, there's Greek Town. They're all really run down, except for Little Italy. Little Italy is not run down, but there's no Italian places anywhere on that street. It's all government buildings. So I don't think that's technically Little Italy. It's the same with Koreatown. There was Koreatown there, but there's like actually no actual Korean businesses there, except for one bank on that street. That's it. The actual Koreatown is in North York / Richmond Hill area. So there is a lot of Korean businesses and restaurants there. And there's one in like right up between Yonge and Finch to Yonge and Shepherd. It's the whole area is like Korean restaurants and Korean owned businesses and stuff. So that's the Korean area. But there's also a lot of Persian businesses. So there's like Persian and Korean businesses. Yeah. There's a lot of Chinese restaurants in Scarborough, but I don't know if you'd like that kind of stuff unless you really like Chinese food. And there's also a lot of Indian restaurants all across, like scattered around through the city. A lot of shawarma everywhere. I don't know what region that is. I think it's Middle Eastern, like falafel stands and stuff. But they don't have falafel stands here, or kebab stands. Just hot dog stands and fries. You get hot dogs and fries, not the stands. That's it. I don't like Greek food, so I never go to like Greek Town or like. I went to Mr. Greek once, and I wasn't a super fan of it. I was like, I've never had Greek food, and I was friends with this Greek girl at the time, and she was like, it's like, oh, I should probably get to know what it's like, get to know her background or whatever. So I went to a Greek restaurant, and I don't think they were very Greek at all. I don't even know if there were Greek people running that restaurant. I actually I had a feeling that they weren't even Greek, and they were just like making Greek recipes they got off somebody else. I don't know, a Mr. Greek, but they had nothing to do with Greece, nor were they Greek. So I don't actually know, but that was one of the main gigantic Greek restaurants in the area. So I was like, it shouldn't be that bad. Turns out it was. I was like, damn. Oh, I don't think that was, I don't know. I've never been to Greece, so I never eat the food there, so. But after that, I was like, oh, I'm not really super into Greek food, but I don't know if that was actually Greek food. So I don't know. Maybe shawarma's break. There's so many shawarma places. Maybe those are like frequent or something. Oh, they have an international film festival here, Tiff. So you know, maybe like during that, like, you're like going to an international film festival and you're like trying to like, because it's like one of those indie slash like more like international stuff, like where people actually go here for film festivals and stuff. And a lot of films are shot here and a lot of shows are shot here and stuff. Maybe you can like, you know, just as a suggestion, if you want to like tour the city or something, you can always like bar hop, like this great for tourists in Toronto downtown core district. It's for tourists specifically. The drinks will be overpriced. You can always go to a chain one, but stay away from Shoeless Joe's or Jack Astor's because all the cops go there. I don't know why. Not outside of the city, but in the city, that's where all the cops go, and the strip clubs. Unless you want to talk to a bunch of cops off duty, I wouldn't really want to recommend you to go there. Yeah. Yes, but there's a bunch of like bars in the area. You can go to any of them. It's like an entire like strip of bars on Dundas, like on Bathurst. Right, if you're going Bathurst, so like on near King and Bathurst and near Bathurst and Dundas is like a bunch of bars. And if you're like looking for late night eats, there's always like KFC, Popeyes, Pizza, like those places open. They close before the bars close, I think. So there's Pizza closes at like 2. Oh, there's one on College and Bathurst. They have 24-hour places, like 3 of them. One's a pizza place, one's KFC, and I think the other one's Burger King. So those 3 places are open 24 hours on College and Bathurst, or College and Spadina, near there. But it's like there's a lot of bars near there and restaurants near there, so you can always go there. I would advise you to stay away from Bloor Street for bars, unless it's tourist season, and then they'll be fine. That's it. Like tourist season is in like middle of summer, you know, when everyone, usually when the exhibition place is open or when Toronto Island ferries are open, that's when you should be going to the Bloor Street bars. But if you're not, if it's not during season, then because a lot of the locals go there, or like the locals that are trying to meet new people but they don't want to leave the city, that's where they bring them. So they might not be too happy about seeing like people who have nothing to do with the area there, just because people get weird here. Not that there's anything wrong with what you're doing, but they're just kind of weird, right? Like they have problems, and like it doesn't make sense. This is what I've learned. This is why I'm just like advising you, like a travel advisor warning. Please stay away unless you're going there during tourist season. That's it. Tourist season, great for going to those bars. Outside of tourist season, please don't go to those bars. But downtown core, you can go to any of the bars, you can go to any of the clubs, fine. They have a special ice club where like everything inside was ice. You know, like igloo and ice and stuff. I went there with this guy once, but he brought all his friends along, but I didn't know that they were super racist, and I think he didn't know it either. I think it's like I actually don't, yeah, I don't think he knew about that kind of stuff, and also I think he thought that they wouldn't do that kind of stuff in public, especially since like there's nothing wrong with anything that's going on. But I think it's because he actually doesn't take that kind of stuff seriously, and he was just joking around with that kind of stuff, whereas his friends were actually legitimately like racist. And I was like, it was kind of awkward. I was trying to do my best there and not like upset anyone, but it's like, but yeah, it gets like that here. Like when you meet somebody and like they're fine, but their friends are like, or like their friends are kind of like, you meet him, he's iffy, but all his friends are fine. So it's weird, right? I don't even know how he knew them. I have a feeling that they went to school together. That's why they knew them, because they knew each other for a long time, and they like used to hang out. Like it wouldn't be a problem unless they met like somebody like from a different ethnic background, right? So that was the thing. But other than that, International Film Festival, you know, it's a great time to watch movies and go shopping. Don't bring any of your designer clothes unless you're like trying to get robbed or something. There's dollar stores everywhere. So like, go get the stuff from the dollar stores. Like, honestly, save your money as much as you can here. Otherwise, they're just gonna gouge you. Like, literally, they gouge everyone, even the people who live here. So if you're like staying here at an Airbnb, they'll probably have all the stuff available for you. Otherwise, like, if you're staying at like a really public place, like hostels or motels or hotels, like, I bring my own everything. My own shampoos, unless I don't have any of it and I really need to. Like, if you can afford it, buy your own everything. Like, buy your own soap, buy your own shampoos, buy your own bring your own towels. Like, don't use any of their stuff. Especially since you're gonna be staying there for a long time. Don't do any of that. I don't know why it's like this. I don't know what the hell is going on there, but yeah, like, you're not really expecting, like, you're buying stuff to use while you're here, so don't expect to like keep it for a long time. Like, the stuff that you're gonna buy, since you're only gonna be here for a short period of time, they're not gonna last that long anyway. So just don't, like, I got this bag from the dollar store, right? Like, stuff like that, like, don't buy like designer or expensive stuff. They're gonna steal it off you, or like try to gouge you, like shoot you for it. I don't know why they're doing that kind of stuff. It's fine, like, honestly, no one's gonna say anything. And like, the people who actually do have money around here, like, you can tell who doesn't have any money by them like wearing all that fancy stuff, like designer labels and like all like brand name everything. Those are the people who don't have a lot of money. Yeah, like, it's really obvious. People who do have a lot of money here, they don't actually like, I don't know. I think it might be offensive. That's why older people like are gonna start targeting them to steal their stuff or ask them for money. This weekend, there will be no subway service on a portion of line. So be careful with that kind of stuff. I don't know what else people can do here at TIFF. Go to Toronto Island, I think. No, it's closed then. Go apple picking, maybe. We're gonna have to go a little out of the city. Go shopping and go to bars, go clubbing. We can go to bookstores. Go to cafes, you know. What would I be doing if I had to go to a film festival? I wouldn't go. But you can always like go to one of the parks downtown. Yeah, go to museums and stuff. Some more fun than people actually give them credit for. Like, you know, like, they have the shoe museum here and the art galleries. Sometimes they have like decent galleries on like display. I don't know what else is there to do in Toronto. Go clubbing, go to bars, go to art galleries, go to parks, you know, have a nice brunch. I really wouldn't go to restaurants here. I would rather cook at home, but you could always give it a go. It's like gambling. Is it gonna be okay this time? Is it not? Who knows? This is what I ordered. You know what? It's your call. You make the decision for me. Yeah. Don't go to bars with the bartenders from out of town. Ever. Just don't. If they're subbing in bartenders, don't go there. If you're at a club and you can tell that girl is new but she doesn't live in the city and she has no friends in the city, don't go there. That kind of stuff. Don't do any of that. I think that's basic city etiquette. Like, if you don't know that kind of stuff, you shouldn't be going to the city. Yeah, other than that, There are King Shoppers Drug Mart. It's always fun. It's like 24-hour open ones everywhere. Ow. Always try the bubble tea and like the different food restaurants and stuff there. It's like just eat and party, I guess. Just avoid the places with a lot of cops and a lot of snitches. Typically condos. And people who like, it just, you can tell if they're a snitch if it's like, none of it makes sense. Right? Like, let's say the guy that I went to that club with, he wasn't actually friends with them, but he just met them. Or like, he didn't know them for a long time, but they're friends or something. Yeah, that's kind of sketchy. Most likely a snitch. But it wasn't like that because he was friends with them because he was supposed to together. So that's not a snitch. That's how you can kind of spot that out. But yeah, if you are wondering what else you can do in the city while you are good into a film festival or shooting or something here, yeah, literally just visit the park, have a nice day, have a picnic. You know, just kind of soak in the scenery. There's so many people from different backgrounds here that like it's like nice to meet people from different backgrounds, I think. Yeah, try different foods. I'm sorry, if you're racist, you're not gonna have a good time anywhere. That's just, I don't know what else to tell you. Like you're racist, but like there's literally only like East Asian restaurants and stores open. Most of them are East Asian owned. Some of them are Italian owned, but they're kind of crappy. I wouldn't really go there. That's so funny. I used to work as a barista, so there was this guy who was like making it sound so hoity-toity, and I wanted to work as a barista for the longest time because it's such an easy gig. I show up to work, I make coffee for people, and I get to just stay there and just like not do anything, and then learn about coffee and learn about how to make it from the machine. It's great. I don't care about the minimum wage. I literally didn't even mind showing up for work every day. Kind of. I mean, I hate my coworkers. Some of them are really nasty. But then I kind of like excuse it because you're really young. You're like in high school, so I was like, probably because you guys are really young in high school, so you're nasty. You know, when you get older, you probably like understand why it's not okay, whatever, and like have experience, and like it'll kind of change your behavior and your perception of the world and other people. Like, yes, I don't know. I can't tell the future, but I just realized something. But yeah, that's what you can do. Yeah. I don't like it when like people ask me to like introduce them to places, and it's like I'm not gonna recommend anything for that person because it's like clearly like you don't even know what you're doing with your life. If you go there, you're gonna make an ass of yourself, and yeah, people are gonna wonder who told you to come here, and then they're gonna be like, why'd you tell that guy about this place? And I was like, you know what, like I don't want that problem. So I'm like, I actually haven't been out in so long, it's probably not the same anymore. You know, last time I went to a bar was like, I think it was like over a year ago. I didn't was at a fucking Shoeless Joe, so I don't think that's considered a bar. So like, no, I haven't really been at a bar. I haven't really been clubbing for like, I think it's like going on 3 years now. So no, I don't actually know the area too well. Like, it's been years. I don't really know it too much. But yeah, there's after-hour clubs here if you're really into that kind of stuff. But you might actually have to like walk around for a bit to find one that's open. And there's always cover charges. It's like $20. Sometimes they'll let you in for free, but like only if like there was an invite. Yeah, so if there's somebody's inviting you, they're like, oh, my friend's supposed to be here, but I'm short in cash or something, and they probably like fly whatever. Yeah. That's Toronto. I don't know. I don't. I mean, it's kind of hard to like, go out and like do stuff here and such. This is awesome.